Where am I? And that's it. So you should be getting me any minute now, because that says end. Should be on. Hey! Oh, wait. Gotta get rid of the sound on my computer. Sorted. Okay. So, hi. How are you all? Good, I hope. Let's see. Wow, we got a few in. Oh, I think I might need these. Let's see, maybe not. Mo. Hi, Mo. Macondi and Andrew. Keris. Cami. Liz. Top Tees. Oh. Rita and Karen. Hi, y'all. I've just got an ad come up on my own phone. I'm going to let it play because, you know, call me old-fashioned. But I'll wait for you to come back if you're there. So I'm going to do something that I've never done live before. Don't worry, it's not rude. I'm going to give out some free memberships. I get to do 10 altogether. So they might be people that are in the stream. They might not. I don't know. It's random. YouTube pick them. I don't. YouTube is the one that picks them. So, hi, Tracy. How are you? Good, I hope. So, yeah, I've got my cuppa. It's all ready. I have my big cup of tea. I have my big flask of freezing cold water. I thought of something earlier. When I put the water in, it wasn't cold. I put it in the fridge, so the flask was cold. But does that mean the water won't be because it's kept it? Guess we'll find out. And then I've got my usual cup anyway. So I've got plenty to drink, but it's hunger. I'm hungry. Hungry. Okay, so Smiley Sheep, hello, welcome. Don't forget the thummies, and if you're not a subscriber already, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. You never know, you might get one. YouTube might send you one. Perhaps, you know. I'm going to just put something heavy on my tripody gimbal because, you know, last time it fell on me. I don't expect it to. I didn't expect it to that time, to be honest with you, but it did it. So I just thought, you know, I'm keeping okay. It's since I got back from my holiday, because as you well know, I was away. And since I've got back, I have the days have run away. So I get up early and I watch a bit of news, but don't really waste too much time sitting in front of the TV. But it's like the day just runs away with me. And I look at the time and I think, what? So today I thought I'm going to get on and do a live stream because I always say I'm going to do more and then I never do. And I want to give out my free, I get 10 free memberships to give away. I'm here from a notification that you were live. Wow, a notification that actually worked. Isn't that good? Wonder how many got it though. We shall see. So I should do my first batch then. If I go on, oh heck, where is it? I need to go. Oh, can I do it here now? I might have. It was there earlier. It was there earlier, guys. It was there. So let's get rid of that bit. I am me. So if I go down, I can't find the bit that's got the $sign. Hold on a minute. Gifting memberships. There we go. 10. Send 5 now. So here they go. Da 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 da. Da, 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 da. Oh, Teresa, hi. Good morning. So no, they're not here, obviously. But you know, that's 5. I have another 5 to do, which I'll do a little bit later. So yeah, we'll kind of do it in stages. But that's it. I've done my 5. Let me just have a little quick look. Oh, it's very blurry on my computer, but I've got a feeling I know why. Hopefully I'm not blurry for you. Am I blurry or am I fine? See, I'm not blurry on the phone where I can see my chat, but on my computer, well, blurry. And there is a reason. I'll tell you about it in a minute. I'm okay, Tracy. Thank you very much. Like I was just saying to Tracy, since I got back, my days are just running away from me. And I have no idea why or where they're going. You know, they're running away. And I look at the time, and before I know it, Gary will be home from work. And I think, yeah, what have I done with my day? What have I actually done with my day? So, don't know really. So, I'm a bit excited today. Well, don't know why, because I'll tell you for why, really. The first UFO files are being released today. Donald Trump, as you might know, has said he's going to release files, or he's sanctioned the release of files. So it's been a while since he said it, and we all kind of been saying they're going to be blurry, they're going to be like nothing, they're not going to be the ones we all want to see. And the first ones went on today. I found them for you guys. So basically, the Department of War have released a bunch of dots. I don't know, I must be a bit behind because it's not even seeing my phone. So I don't think I can make this any bigger. Oh, wait, I can. A little bit. So we've got this minute dot up in the there, and they're changing. So here they are, blurry dots, and more dots. That one is a drawing. So that was a drawing from an eyewitness report, that big old ship. It was a cylinder, but these are what they've given us. And I've got to be honest with you, the Tic Tac video and the others that were on the Age of Disclosure were even better than this. So what they said is they have better high-resolution photographs of everything, and videos and biologics and all of that stuff. So basically what they should be showing us should be a million times better than what we've already seen. As you can see, it's worse. It's actually 10 times worse than the blurry tiny specks that we've already seen. But I guess we didn't really expect much else. But that's the start. Maybe there'll be more. There is this school of thought that we're being drip fed all this information for something that is going to happen in 2027, which is why they're all saying that Spielberg's movie has more fact than fiction in it. And we're being gradually drip fed so that when whatever this thing is in 2027, we will all be prepared. Well, do you think those little dots and blurry smudges are going to really prepare us for anything? I don't think they will somehow. Okay, let's have a look. Oh, and I might need the glasses for this. I don't even know why I bother taking them off, to be honest with you. You're blurry. I'm blurry for you, Smiley Sheep. I don't know why. Maybe it's my internet being, I don't know. Christine is back. Aloha. Hi, Chris Crochets a lot. Welcome. Don't forget the thummies, guys. Oh, anyone else that I've missed? I do apologize because I had that big bunch of people come up, so I might not have seen some. Salem Binks, thanks for the skip the soak to the worked a treat. It does, doesn't it? Skip the soak. That's it. Yeah, I knew it was something, the soak, but it was skip the soak, and it's amazing stuff. It's really, really incredible. I just, wow. It does say it does work a treat. I was, you know, skeptical, but I bought it anyway, and I used it and thought, whoa, it actually got my air fryer clean, and it just lifts it off. It really does. Try your best not to get it in your eyes because it says it hurts. You know, it's bad for your eyes. It's also, I can't imagine being good for your clothes. But I had an apron on when I used mine. So it's all packing boxes for your move. Oh, yes, in June. So when you move, I could be in Devon because we're going, sorry, Cornwall. I'm saying Devon. We always went to Devon, me and my ex and the kids. That was the place we always ended up going, Devon. But this is Cornwall because Gary's son Jamie moved to Cornwall, and we've been to see him before, but we're going again this year. And 2 days before we see Jamie, we're going to stay in Tintagel because we want to see the statue of the king there, the big sculpture. And also there's a bridge that leads to so there's a big rock needle, and then there's the cliff. So there's this bridge that leads from where the mainland to this rock needle. I want to use that. Oh, excuse me. I think there might be a couple of bridges as well around there that are like that. So definitely want to go there. And we're going in Port William for another day. I can't remember why we chose Port William now, but we did. And maybe because it wasn't too far away. What we thought we'd do. We wanted to stay in Tintagel, and we're staying at the Camelot Castle Hotel, which is a castle, right? So we figured that if we're driving all the way to Cornwall, then you're going to miss most of your first day in the car. So we thought we'd stay in Port William for the night, and then in the morning we can make our way to Tintagel. So we'd be there early and we wouldn't miss any of the day. So that was the thought behind it. But I don't know why we chose that particular place. However, they've got some really nice boat trips and stuff like that there. So we might be doing that. I think I'm going to have to keep these on. I'm suddenly getting really hot. I don't know why. Hi, Kim Barnes. Thank you for the lovely Care Bear hook in your order. You've had to hide it from your daughter. I do like to try and put those bits and bobs in. Hi, Donna. Good morning to you. I know you're across the pond. You're off to Cornwall as well and spend most first day on the M5. Exactly. So that's why we thought we'd have an extra day, go there first, and then the proper day when we want to see the statue of the king. I always think of it as King Arthur. That's what it is, really. So we want to see that. I don't know why my phone's just suddenly... Look, why does it do that? It's sort of... Look, it's going all kind of glowing around the... like radioactive. Why are you radioactive? What's happening, man? Stop now. I have no idea why it does that. It's pretty... but I don't think it's getting a call or anything like that because, to be honest, it doesn't really have well, it did have a SIM card, but nobody knows it. Nobody knows. You couldn't get me on that bridge. Can't look out of the upstairs window. As for the travelling, we're off at 3 a.m. and arrive for breakfast. See, we did that once when we went to see Jamie. We went all the way there through the night. We arrived about, I think it was like 6 in the morning, and we're knocking at his door and he was asleep. So we can't actually get in. And we're stuck here in the car in the cold, tired. Eventually woke up and opened the door, but that was a bit of a nightmare. He was, oh, sorry, I've been awake waiting for you and I just fell asleep. So could have been better. So yeah, another time we just kept stopping for breaks on the way. We've made this flask of hot chocolate. So if you didn't know this, don't ever make a flask with hot chocolate in it because it curdles. And we ended up with all this lumpy stuff in there, which we had to throw a whole lot away. It was really nice because we bought it from, I think we went in the Starbucks, bought loads of hot chocolate and filled this flask up. When we went to have it, it was all lumpy, like, scrambled egg in it. Yeah, it wasn't good at all. So, yeah, don't ever do that. So we kind of wasted our money on this hot chocolate and wasted the hot chocolate because it was gorgeous and we didn't get any. Hi, Dodo Irish. Welcome to the chat. Don't forget to thumb me, guys, if you've just come in. I don't know. I used to be really scared of heights. And when I was a kid, I couldn't get up a step ladder, you know. And I can remember once having to stay in someone's house and be on the top bunk bed. That gave my legs a bit of a wobble. But now I can go up the Eiffel Tower. And if you've ever been up the Eiffel Tower, you'll know that is a weird elevator lift for us over here, where it's got crisscross bars, but you can see through it, so you can see everything as you're going up. So it's you know, there's nothing hidden. The ground is not hidden, the distance and everything, the view. So it's very, very weird feeling going up when you can see out from all angles. So I didn't feel anything, and I went right to the top and I looked over the edge and I didn't feel a thing, and I thought, oh, I'm cured. So years later we went back and I did the same thing, and I felt like paralyzed with fear in the same lift, same elevator. And the only thing I could put it down to was the fact that the second time we went, it was freezing and the structure had ice on it, and the way that ice looked was like cracks. It was just obviously the ice that was cracked. It doesn't crack the structure, but it looked like it. And I don't know, maybe it was a combination of the cold and the structure not looking particularly safe. I don't know. But I felt differently that time. And the first time I went, it was sunny. I don't know if that was a factor. But yeah, I'm not really scared of heights anymore, though. I'm pretty good with that. Thank you for the thummies. And Kay, are you here? Have I not seen you? Someone said hello to Kay. Where you gone, Kay? Have I not got all chat? Top messages. How do I get all chat? Don't know. Top messages is all messages. There we go. Hi, Kay. I can see you now. Obviously, yes, I didn't see you, did I? I wonder if there's anybody else I've ignored because all of them were being hidden. Don't know. Think we're fine. I think it was just Kay. So how are you? Good, I hope. Is it time to give where's my mouse? And shall we do my next five free membership gifting? Send 5 now. Fly, my pretties. All right, okay. Fly, my pretties. So we've got Seagull Alon, Spring the Fibre Enthusiast, Sally's, Tracy Henson, and Son Drake Shaw. Who did we have before? We had Crystal Fausto, Dorney, Michelle Rouse, Squirrel Sandwich. Yeah, don't think I fancy one of them. And Dreamer Kazi. Dreamer Kazi. Well, there you go. See, it's not YouTube just does it. You kind of just hit the button and off it goes. And it flies out there. I always think we should choose them. Because you know who is there and watches you and appreciates the stuff you do. These people, chances are, might have been on a giveaway once and have never really watched me since. Don't know, do you? It's just the way it is. But you know, they like to do it randomly. I think that we should be able to. Oh, I've gone all clear. I've noticed it's cleaned up. So if you weren't with me earlier, I showed the images that they have released for the aliens, the alien stuff. You know, Trump was going to release the files. Well, the first ones have been released. Yeah, they're like blobs, very blobs in the distance. And to be honest with you, all the stuff that we saw before was way better. And like look, that one's drawing. That's a drawing. I'll show it again now because I'm not blurry anymore. So heaven above knows what some of these are. I can't actually find anything, but some of them are just like little dots. Some of them are blobs. If you see a great big lovely spaceship, it's a drawing. It's an illustration of a spaceship. Yeah. But, you know, they've dropped the ball, guys. They could have really released decent footage, because they should have made an effort to show things that were better than the images that was in Age of Disclosure, because, you know, they were meant to have had far better. Apparently that one that was the illustration just materialized, and it was a bronze colored elliptical ship. So yeah, not an actual photo, but an image provided from an eyewitness account. So basically we've been given nothing in a way. But who knows, maybe it will get better over time. It's just the first drop. And of course, as soon as it was announced, the website crashed with people trying to access it. And then people just thought, wow, that anticlimax feeling that you get when you think, I needn't have bothered really, had I? But never mind, you know, it's what we sort of expected. Us space cadets did anyway. Oh, nice cup of tea. Biscuit tea, of course, today. I've had a few different ones of late, but I'm back on the biscuit tea right now. I've got some toast and jam tea left, so I was drinking that. And I had a Bakewell tea and the caramelized biscuit. I've actually didn't like that when it first came out, but I really like it now. First of all, I thought it doesn't taste of biscuit even, and I think I must have had a Duff batch, because now it really does taste like caramelized biscuits. So yeah, quite like that now. Hi Roberta, welcome. Don't forget the thummy. And so yeah, hey Roberta. Hey. So I since I got back from my holiday, I've not done a thing regarding crochet. I've done some videos. I've done 2 hoping with me's and 2 last chance yarn videos, as well as a few bits and bobs, but not actual crochet, although I've got my whip handy here, so I could always do whip along. And I will do one of those very soon, because I've got to get that thing done. It's got wool in it, so I have to do it really slowly. It's nice, it's a lovely stitch, and I will do a tutorial for it. I've been asked several times now. I'll show it to you if I can reach it. Give me a sec. Here it is. This is my whip, and try not to undo it as I open it. That's my other cake of yarn, but the other one is in between my work, so I've got to try and not make it unravel, because it's kind of collapsing in on itself now. So yeah, it's obviously ombre-ish. So there we go. It's blue now, and am I the other side? I'm on the other side. Yeah, I'm on this bit. I'm getting to the pink. So yeah, it's lovely. It's not too holey, and works up really well. It makes a nice pattern, you know, of holes. It makes a nice pattern. I'm really digging it. So I will get that done. But the yarn is Yarn Art Flowers, and it does have some wool content. Being allergic, I can work on it for about an hour or thereabouts, and then I have to have a bit of a rest. Well, I had quite a big rest because we went on holiday, so I really do need to get that stuff back again. And then there's this one which I've been working on, and it's a scarf obviously, but yeah, a nice summer one which I want to get done, because if I don't hurry up and get on with it, it'll end up being winter and it won't be an appropriate thing at all. So Yeah, there's that one. So that's kind of the two things that I've been working on before I went on my trip. And one thing I need to do as well is Yasmin's Captain America blanket that I'm making. And once I've done a little bit more, I'll do some tutorials. Kind of what I do is I film gradually and then I put it all together into one tutorial. So that's what I'll do. But I've not touched it for quite some time. But all I've got to do is watch my own tutorial on the square and I'll be fine and get a few done. Cheers, guys. Num, 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 num. That's yummy. My own chat is behind. Wool sends your hands crazy with itch. Yeah, me too. But if I continue with it, and it gets up my nose, as you can see, if I continue with it, then all around the bits that touch it, like here, there's a little bit there already, but it's not too bad. I get rough skin, like calluses, where I touch the wool. Weirdly, but that's what happens. So yeah, I've got to get back into those, and I've got to do as well another one of my year of motifs, because this week's one was the last one I had already recorded in the can, as they say. So yeah, I recorded 3 before I went away. So that was just before I went, while I was away, and when I got back, so I didn't have to worry. And so now I've got to film another one. In actual fact, there was a video going up today that could have been number 4, but I didn't do it because I made it from something like that. Hit the likey, please. Thank you. Thank you for that. Hi, Diana. Welcome. Don't forget funny. Yay. Good to see you. So, wouldn't it be, I mean, normally speaking, when I've been in a live stream, when they give out those free memberships like I just did, they're usually people in the stream. And I don't know why it didn't do it, but I don't know. I don't know. Weird. Got to drink this before it gets cold. So I have a funny thing happening. One of the people who I watch regularly has been shadow banned, and so I was chatting to them about it, and he had a look at my channel and found one of my videos was hidden. Well, that's one that you could see because it was on the front page. It was a new one. You know, it's the one with the where I said new bag, making the new bag, that sort of thing. And I showed the stuff that I've got to strengthen my bag with when I finally get it made. Well, that thumbnail wasn't on there. It was on when I look at it, and if you have restricted mode set to off, but if you put restricted mode on, which a lot of institutions do, it was missing. And there's absolutely nothing whatsoever as a reason to hide it. I don't swear. There's no copyright infringements on my channel. There's no strikes of any kind and no profanity. There's nothing whatsoever to warrant hiding that video. Not that it's a it's a chat. So it's not the end of the world, you know what I mean? It's not like but then again, I don't know if there are others. It's hard to say when you look at it. So there may be others that are hidden, and why would they? Now, I can understand if I'd got strikes galore, if I'd done these things and had infringements and become, you know, shadow banned or anything. So I did a little search on my click-through rate and my impressions, and they're good for my niche. So there's absolutely no restrictions upon me at all. Just bizarre. I don't know. And I thought I used AI to make the thumbnail. Is that the reason? But the other video that I did, where I made the one that looked like a comic strip, I used AI, and I used exactly the same AI, and it was fine. So I have no idea. Oh, hello, what's gone wrong there? It's a bit weird, and I don't get it. Did I say hello, Diane? I think I did. I'm sure I did. Memberships on all channels seem to gain more inactive subs to draw them back to watch. Maybe that's true. What's a shadow ban? It's a shadow ban. Well, basically, this particular channel that I'm talking about got shadow banned because they had been using things like music that was copyrighted, and they'd had multiple copyright, claims against that channel. But the ones where the music was used were not monetized, so it was thought that that was enough. But the new algorithm, I think, is there because, have you seen those creators that do reaction videos? So they might play you The Sound of Silence by Disturbed because it's got that bit in it, that's really meaty, so that they see people's reaction. Or they'll play Karen Carpenter, and people, like young people today, were like, wow, that's a voice, things like that. They're reaction videos, and they play music that's copyrighted, and they seem to get away with that. And I've found that the reason they get away with it is because they don't use AdSense to put ads on. They use another company that you don't have to have AdSense, apparently. I don't know what it is, but there's other companies that you can use that will do the revenue for you. And they don't use AdSense, so they don't have YouTube breathe down their neck for anything because weren't monetized by YouTube. So I've got a feeling that the new algorithm change is to stop that. And so this friend has got caught up in that. So we've got all of those kind of infringements, and they said quite remarkably that he was also aggressive, which he was never aggressive. He was just bouncy and animated and interesting and a bit zany, a bit, tongue-in-cheek and a little, not sarcastic, but if you've got a little bit of banter about authority, that sort of thing, it's not against the law, and it certainly isn't aggressive. So I don't get what all that means, but that's what so what they've done, a shadow ban then, is they stop putting your videos out. They stop. So if anybody in a public place, say a library, a lot of their computers have got restricted mode on, so that you can't access things that are a little naughty, or with music and all that sort of stuff. I don't know exactly the ins and outs of what is restricted, but it's a restricted view. And when you go on his videos under restricted view, there are very few visible, and the only ones that were visible have sort of a more scientific nature to them, with maybe an interview with somebody or something like that. But the fun ones are gone, and that's a shadow ban. But so I'm definitely not in any way shadow banned, but this one video is missing for some reason, and I don't know if it's the only one, or if there are several, or if there are any tutorials or any other kind of videos that might not be showing up if there's a restricted view. But if you've got normal restrictions off, then you see them all. So I don't understand, really. It is an odd thing that they're getting so kind of strict with everything. I feel like we're, when you put too many restrictions, everything becomes the same. And like Demolition Man, where they banned music, so the only music were advertising jingles, and the only restaurant was Taco Bell. you know, the more you kind of homogenize the world. I think that's a little bit sad, really. I understand that they've got to take profanity off and things that would incite violence and disorder, because that's obvious, but normal channels? Don't know. It's a bit strange. Tea's going cold. Uh-oh. Oh, well, I've got other stuff. Yeah, it's great to see you, Diane. How are you? Don't forget the thummy. I have to look at my settings as I've no idea what mine is set to. Hit the likey, please. Thank you very much, Dodo. So nice of you. So, yeah, I mean, I think it's kind of as a default set to off, so there's no restrictions. But it's if you're a school or a library or a public building like that, you can have it set to restricted so that restricted things can't be seen, I guess. Pardon me. That's my gulping of the tea. That'll teach me. So it's too cold to be nice now. We're on the water. So this is the little cup. Well, it's not very little, is it? This is the cup I got on holiday. So I was on board ship, and sometimes I think with P&O you could buy a water pack. So they give you they don't give you much. They give you like 6 bottles of water, and it costs you £10 or something, or £9.99. Well, I've never really noticed what they do on Ambassador until this particular trip, because I've been drinking quite a bit of water lately. So and in the past we've had suites where we've got a big water every day, and this particular time we was in a balcony cabin. You don't get that. You have to pay for the small ones if you want. So in the actual main it's called Centre Court, where the bar is, they sell these, and you can buy a water pack for £18.95, for instance, £18, and you get this here flask and as many refills as you want. So I could keep going back every 5 minutes and get this refilled if I want to. Or you can take your own bottle, like this one or any, and you can buy that refill for £10. So then as many times as you want to go back, as long as you've got, you know, on your card, on your cruise card, it will say that you have the water refill. So this is amazing, this flask. It kept it absolutely ice cold all day. So Gary said to me, when we get back, can I have your flask for work? I said, yeah, of course you can. Hang on. It did get a bit cold, but it didn't get as icy cold. Oh, yeah, of course you can. And he's not taken it once. And I keep drinking this, which is warmer. So I figured, you know what, until he starts taking it, I'm just going to use it. So that's what I'm doing. But it wasn't such a bad deal in a way, because I did fill that up every single day, multiple times a day. And what I did was I'd fill it up, and then we'd get back to the room and I'd fill Gary's bottle up, and then I'd fill mine up again. So they must know that people do that sort of thing, but we did. So next time I go, I shall take this and maybe get another one, and then just keep going back and filling up 2 for the price of 1. Maybe. We'll see. Probably bring out a pink one next time, so you won't be able to do it. So how are you guys? What have you been up to? Have you been crocheting anything, or away on your holidays, or wedding, bar mitzvahs, anything at all? So we have a bit of a busy weekend. I had kind of a busy time of it when we got back from holiday. We went a couple of days, was busy with Gary's brothers, and then he went back to work for 3 days, so I've been able to do some work, and then this weekend we're busy again, so I just need to hibernate for a while. Do you know what I mean? I feel like I need a breather, and to just ultimate chill. Really, that's what I need. Get over the kerfuffle of the holidays. And then yesterday, I think it was yesterday, started a low carb diet. So it's going quite well. I thought the first day was going to be terrible. I was going to be so hungry, but I wasn't really that bad. I felt a bit peckish at one point, but I didn't really eat that much and I was fine. And today I haven't been hungry at all, which is, it's amazing how a low carb diet does that. Just completely kills any fancies and hunger. Like before I was doing it, I wanted cakes and sweets and all sorts, but now, no, I am fine. Don't need all that stuff. You're off to the school run. Okay, lovely. I used to hate the school run, I've got to say. So hope it goes okay, and I'll see you soon. Thanks for coming in. Yeah, take care, and good luck negotiating those streets around the school run. Oh, was the worst thing I think about my kids being at school. No, there was a few things. School run being one of them. Other kids being the other. You know, bullying and snotty competitive kids and all that. Yeah, there was that too. But I was so glad when they left school. It was one place I really used to hate was anything to do with their school, because Paul, my oldest, he wouldn't let me go anywhere near the school. So any letters for parent evenings or anything like that, he would hide them. He would chuck them in a bush. He would do anything that other than bring them back to me. So I never really went because I never knew when it was going to be. Now, Michael, on the other hand, he gave me his. So I went up to school for parent evening, and every time I approached a desk with a teacher behind it, and they'll look at me because they didn't know who I was. They never seen me before because I wasn't really up there for Paul because he hid them. So I'd look at her and I'd look at her and I'd say my son's name, and every one of them would just go, "Where do I begin?" And I'd go, "I think, yeah, just tell me, you know." And each one of them would be, "Oh, he's lovely, but," you know, and things like, if you get him after dinner, he's a challenge, but before dinner he's not so bad. But after dinner, you know, when he's had his donuts and everything else, then, you know, he's a bit wild. And I'd say, well, don't feed him donuts then, you know. Why don't you put something more nutritious in the school dinner? Don't give them donuts with jam in it. Just a thought. Less sugary rubbish and more nutrition, and perhaps he wouldn't be wild. So that was my answer. Something just attacked me. As long as it wasn't a spider with boots on, we're fine. So, and then this happened about every desk I went to. As soon as I said his name, I'd get and then I approached this desk when I had a teacher behind it who looked like, "Oh, I don't want to be here." He had a face like a slapped backside. He was like, "Oh." So I went over to him and he looked miserable as sin. I said my son's name, and he looked at me and he went, "Oh, I love that kid. Oh, he's brilliant kid. I wish they were all like him. Got a lot of time for him." And I went, and I said my son's name again. So it was like, "Really?" And he went, "Oh, smashing. Love that kid. I really do. He's brilliant." So I went home and I said to my son, "Mr. Ma really likes you, doesn't he?" He went, "Oh, I love Mr. Ma. He's the only teacher I like." I went, "Yeah, I kind of get that impression." But yeah. So yeah, it wasn't really a pleasurable experience, my kids going to school, either of them. As soon as I think diet, I begin starving and eat everything in sight. I'm better off just trying to minimize what I eat. See, the thing is, I would be that way if I were doing Slimming World or any kind of, oh, I'm sorry, but that yarn's gone right up my nose. Any kind of low fat, and my eye, any kind of low fat diet, that's what happens. And then whatever you eat, you get the sugar spikes, even if it's just a potato, because carbohydrates, whether they are from sugar or from other kind of carbs, are metabolized the same way in your body. So they send you a spike and then you come crashing down afterwards. So you get, you know, another one and then another one. And this is how it goes on. And of course, if you eat something sugary and sweet, that's just, it kicks your appetite into gear. Even if you're doing a diet and you happen to just have one of those skinny bars, it's the same thing. So it's always a challenge for me to do a low fat diet. And they always say these diets, whether it's Weight Watchers or Slimming World, you can eat as much as you want of the free food. Really? So if I eat 6 bowls of pasta, I'm going to lose weight then, am I? Because that's just not true, is it? It isn't true. And plus, who'd want to? You know, I suppose that's why they make that claim, because nobody really wants to do that. But I just don't, and it's such a slow old slog. But the thing is, if I do a low carb diet, I don't get any of those. No cravings, and I feel energetic. I never feel bloated. I feel terribly bloated with other diets, but when it comes to low carb, I'm never bloated, not once. It does have a few side effects that I need to take supplements to get rid of, but you know, they're not too bad if I remember the supplements. But I feel energetic and more alive on it and less bloated, and yeah, I just find they suit me, and it gets rid of every allergy out of my diet because I can't eat those things that cause my allergies. So yeah, it's a good win-win for me, really, to do low carb. Everyone's a winner when I do low carb, apart from Gary. You know, when I have to do 2 dinners, I've got to do that when I make food tonight. We're having steak, and so I'm just gonna have steak, mushrooms, and probably baby sweet corn, and Gary can have chips, which I've got to make with my Active Fry, or a jacket potato or something like that. But, and you know, I will find that a bit challenging at first, sort of thinking, oh, I can't eat that. But after a while, I don't even fancy it. It just doesn't, the taste that I remember doesn't even do anything for me. But yeah, I just see how, hopefully we'll be able to stick to this. I don't want to come off it for anything. If anyone's got a birthday or anything, a party, I don't see a reason to come off it now until June, which isn't far away. It's the end of June when we go to Cornwall. That's when we'll be off it next, and unfortunately, that's, you know, going to disrupt it. But once we're back, I'll get back in the swing, and nothing can disrupt it until Christmas, which is a good, you know, good stint, really. But the trouble with low carbing, especially for me, is if I do come off it and then go back on it, and then come off it and go back on it, it stops working. So yeah, that is a problem. But you know, when you go on holiday, you want to enjoy your holiday. You don't really want to think, oh, I've got to keep my diet going. Yeah, which is a shame. So I'm going to get off, and kind of got stuff to do before Gary gets in, and then I've got to make dinner. Thanks for joining me. And it's a shame that none of you guys that were here managed to get any of the, you know, the memberships, but it's random and down to YouTube. So unfortunately, not down to me. Otherwise, I would do it within the chat. Oh, hang on. I see the chat moved there. We've been doing low carb since last July and feel much better and have lost 27 pounds. Well done. That is brilliant. That is. See, I mean, do you, when you go away or when you have a special occasion, what do you do? I think it's easy if it's a one-off day. Like when the first time I ever did it, I had a wedding. So I went to the wedding reception and I took these things called carb blockers. They were pretty new. The diet was pretty new over here at the time. And I took some carb blockers just for one night. And back then I used to drink alcohol as well. I don't drink anymore. I could say I don't drink any less, but that would be a lie. I don't drink at all. So it's not because I was, dependent upon it or anything like that. It's just purely for health reasons. So yeah, I got a bit trolleyed, as we like to call it over here, or smashed, bombed. And I ate the food, and I ate the dessert, and I drank strawberry daiquiris. Boy, was I sick. Oh, it was just all of that stuff, and I weren't really used to it. And my friend Tracy, bless her heart, we used to hold my hair back when we were I think the boy's dad picked us up, and I went, I'm really sick, so I stopped the car, and I was being sick over a bridge that went into the water, and she was holding my hair. She passed away recently. It's quite sad. She passed away. She had cancer. A couple of the women that I work with, far too young to pass away recently, both passed away with cancer. Awful, 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 awful disease, really is. So, but yeah, she was a lovely, lovely woman. But yeah, so that was the day that I had a blast off the rails, but I took carb blockers, and it didn't disrupt my diet at all. It was weird, just didn't. And then Christmas one year, when I was low carbing, I came off it. I didn't exactly. I just decided that I would have a normal Christmas dinner, and I would have my Christmas pudding, and I'd have a few quality streets that day and a couple of mince pies. And then the next day I went straight back on it, and I lost 2 pounds over Christmas, which was bizarre. I'd never had that happen ever, but it was the one Christmas that it did, and it didn't really affect me. But now it does. If I tend to have a day off or have time off because of it, it does affect me big time, which is a pain in the butt. But anyway, so I am going to get off this time. Thanks for spending a bit of time this afternoon with me. And I always say I'll do more live streaming, and I will. Thanks for being here with me. Take care. I'll see you soon. And I've got to film my chat, so hopefully I'll see you on that and the other videos as well. And I'm going to be doing my whip along as well soon. So plenty of stuff going on. Bye for now. Take care, everyone. I'll see you soon. Bye.